Here is your divorce. You were never fit to be my wife. Sign it quickly. My future wife is already waiting to marry me.
What is this? Ethan, I don't understand. What is this?
You know exactly what this is. I'm a billionaire now. I can't be seen with a woman like you anymore. Sign that quickly. Get out of my house. There is your invitation. Go and see who is truly worthy of standing beside me.
Please set aside your best dress for me and a luxury limousine. Ethan, you and your mistress have no idea what is coming.
The private lounge on the 40th floor smelled like champagne and arrogance. Ethan Walker leaned back in his leather chair, swirling his crystal glass slowly, while Victoria Hayes laughed against his shoulder. Blonde, effortlessly beautiful, the kind of woman magazines fought over. Around them sat New York's finest, investors, CEOs, socialites, people who treated cruelty like a social skill. Ethan picked up an ivory wedding invitation from the marble table and tapped it lightly. "She spent 3 years cleaning up my messes," he said with a grin. "It's only fair she watches me be happy." The table erupted in laughter. Victoria wiped a tear from the corner of her eye. "You actually invited your ex-wife to our wedding. That's either brilliant or evil." "Both," Ethan replied. Nobody noticed the wedding coordinator standing near the doorway lower her eyes. Nobody noticed the discomfort on her face, because unlike everyone in that room, she knew something they didn't. 3 years earlier, Ava Johnson sat alone in Ethan's penthouse kitchen at 1:43 in the morning, staring at a birthday cake she had baked herself. The candles had already melted. Ethan wasn't home. Again. The internet already knew where he was. Photos from a luxury club had been circulating for hours. Ethan laughing with models. Ethan leaving with Victoria Hayes. The woman he swore was just a friend. Ava looked at one photograph for a long moment, then locked her screen. She wasn't always invisible. There was a time Ethan introduced her proudly, held her hand in every room, told anyone who would listen that she was the reason he survived his worst years. Back when he had nothing, Ava worked 2 jobs, 18 hours, some days. Not because she had to, because he had a dream, and she believed in it more than he did. One night, rain hammering the windows of their tiny apartment, Ethan sat staring at rejection emails. His company account had less than $200. He looked broken. "I'm done," he whispered. Ava didn't argue. She simply placed her savings book on the table in front of him. "Ava, I can't. You can. Because one day we'll laugh about this moment." He pulled her into his arms and cried. That man proposed on a rooftop beneath winter stars with a ring he could barely afford. "You believed in me before anyone else," he told her. "I'll spend the rest of my life proving you were right." She said yes before he finished speaking. The wedding venue was the most expensive hotel in Manhattan. Ava arrived quietly. Simple black dress, natural hair pulled back without effort. No jewelry, no makeup, no performance. She was the kind of beautiful that didn't need announcement, the kind people noticed 2 seconds after looking away. But nobody was looking at her like that tonight. Tonight, she was the ex-wife, the joke, the invitation that shouldn't have been accepted. Ethan saw her the moment she walked in and smiled slowly. The way someone smiles when a plan is working exactly as intended. Victoria leaned close and whispered something. The women at their table laughed without bothering to lower their voices. "She actually came," Victoria said. "I thought she'd have more pride than that." "She never did," Ethan replied. Ava heard every word. She didn't react. She simply looked around the room once, calm, unhurried, as if taking inventory, then walked toward the staff corridor. A senior manager intercepted her immediately, but not to stop her. He lowered his voice respectfully. "Should we proceed with the adjustment you requested, Ms. Johnson?" Victoria, watching from across the room, frowned. What did he just call her? Ethan didn't answer. Something cold had moved through him without explanation. Ava turned back toward him one final time. Her expression hadn't changed, steady, distant, already somewhere else. "Enjoy your evening, Ethan," she said quietly. "Everything here is already taken care of." "What does that mean?" he asked. She didn't answer. She turned and walked toward the exit, unhurried, silent, final. No anger, no drama, no backward glance. And then Ethan's phone buzzed. A notification from the hotel's event management system, venue ownership update, filed 3 days ago. He stared at the screen, read it again. Victoria grabbed his arm. "Ethan, what is that?" The name on the document was one he hadn't spoken in 3 years, and somewhere near the exit doors, the most beautiful woman in the room had just disappeared, without asking for his attention, without needing his reaction, without looking back even once. The question wasn't whether she had planned this. The question was, how long ago?